So I just got to bring it to school. That's why it doesn't fall here. Even you can zip it with two spaces.
Yeah.
Here's one here. But zip it on the top. This one left it is on the bottom. Wheels, but they're getting so dirty.
Yeah, well, don't put them in the grass. Good morning, everyone. It is the first day of school, so we dropped off Pretty Girl. We are running a little late today. Things kind of got a little, she'll be out early today, and she does not go tomorrow. So today was basically orientation for everyone to say hello, get used to, she's been excited to go back. There's some really good news. We have the machine back today. We're going to get back to cutting all the grass down over here. We need to get this grass cleared so I can actually get over there. I haven't actually looked at the bees that we have over on that spot for quite some time, and I really need to do so soon. Apparently the gas in it was bad. That screwed up the carburetor. They cleaned it up, and so we got our fresh gas can filled with good gas. We're going to start from scratch here. It does appear that the rainy season is starting. We got rain the last 2 days. We had some good thunderstorms roll through. So, we're going to have some issues dealing with the rain. I'm hoping that the rain hasn't made it impossible for us to cut this stuff down. We really need this stuff to be cut down. I have also had a lot of contact with someone over at Forestry. The guy from Forestry he and I have been talking quite a bit lately, and we're going to be getting new trees Friday. One of the things that we're dealing with is I need a third option, and I need a third option for two different situations. What we have primarily is we have mahogany, which is beautiful. The stuff is growing beautifully. It handles this spot perfectly. And we've got silky oak, which grows better than the mahogany, which is hard to say because I tell you, the mahogany grows that well. We need a third tree. We've got some cedar that is alive but doesn't look great. We've got some blue mahoe that is finally starting to come back after several months of almost nothing. We're finally seeing some growth out of the blue mahoe. So he's got a few other options for us to try. So we're going to try them as the third option. We're going to be getting more silky oak soon to finish planting out where we lost trees or where we ran out of the silky oaks last year. Unfortunately, it looks like the two teak that got really brutalized by that fungus aren't coming back, but the other two that were touched by it and we dealt with, those are coming back and they look really good. So what we've done is we've lost two, which is not good, but it isn't as bad as it could be. And we're seeing some spring back from the others. We're also hoping that the dendrologist can come out because we want him to get a good look at the place and give us some suggestions on what we can do here. Those are our three main trees: the mahogany, the silky oak, and whatever our third option is. So far we've used some blue mahoe and they've done We've got some cedar that have and we've got some Spanish elm which do so-so. So we're trying to find a tree that will do well on this site, and we're looking for something that does well. Remember the system. On each corner of an equilateral triangle, we put one of our main trees. So we've got a silky oak, a mahogany, and then something else. Now, in between that, we bisect each one of the lines for that, and we plant ebony, teak, and now we're about to plant something else, and the something else we're going to get is Lignum vitae. Now, Lignum vitae is the national tree of Jamaica, so I'm really hoping it does well. And Lignum vitae is a really good wood. It's a very hard wood, and it's a good quality wood. It's the kind of thing just what we're looking for this place. The real question is, how much of it are we going to get? The Lignum vitae is one of those they don't have a whole lot of, so it's not like I can get a couple hundred of them, even though I need a couple hundred of them. We're just going to get as many as we can. We're also going to get some more ebony because all the ebony have been planted. And it's time to get more in. The ebonies tend to get pretty expensive though. We buy 100 ebonies and it costs about $100 US, so it adds up after a while. But we're still at it. We need to get them in the ground. They're going to be worth it. In the long run, they're going to be worth it. They're going to be much more valuable in the end. It's just right now it adds up. Hopefully this grass will be cut down today. We'll find a couple more trees in there that are in good shape and we can move on. Hi, pretty girl. How was your first day of school?
Fun.
Yeah, fun?
But it was the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very beginning.
You want to come out to the land?
Sure.
You're going to come with me?
Yes.
You're gonna help out?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Go get on your boots. Go get your boots. Okay there, little girl. Do you know what that tree is?
Yes, it's a moringa.
That's right, it's a moringa. Wow, you're so smart. Good girl. Yes, that's an ebony tree. That's right, ebony. All right, we are back here on the land. Brought Pretty Girl with me, and we're gonna take a look at things. We're getting Pretty Girl to understand what the trees are. She knew what the moringa was. I didn't even have to tell her. This Friday, we've got trees coming. We've got lignum vitae, more ebony. We're gonna get some cedar, some blue mahoe, and some Spanish elm. Okay, Pretty Girl, you were asking about this tree.
Yes.
Okay, so, do you know what that tree is?
I think so.
Okay, what do you think it is?
It's kind of flower. It was just growing.
Yes, it's definitely growing.
Yes.
This is a mahogany.
A macaroni?
Mahogany.
Oh.
Yes, it's a mahogany.
Yes. But look at that tree. It's mahogany too.
Yes, that's right. That's a mahogany too.
Yes.
Come over here, stand next to it to show them how small that tree is. Right next to my big Pretty Girl. We've got a teak.
Yes.
Can you say that? Teak.
Teak.
You know what they use that for?
Yes.
What do they use that for? They build boats with it.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to take a minute. I want to show you this teak. Since we're right here, take a look at this, because if you remember, we've got the teak that really took a beating. We got two of them that died.
That's
Or sure appear to be dead. We're going to hope that they come back from the roots.
this one.
But this teak looks really good. We've got new growth here, here, and here, and on the top. So we've got growth.
Growth here.
We've got growth in 3 places. Now normally I would just come in here and cut these off,
Yeah.
because the goal is a single stem. However, we're not going to do that.
So if it's growing.
Yes, we're going to let these grow a little longer until they get big enough for us to root them.
Okay.
Teak will give us offshoots, and considering,
How it's growing.
I know that leaf is bad, isn't it? It doesn't look good at all.
No, it got holes.
Yes,
But this one doesn't got holes as
that's
yet.
right. It doesn't have holes.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It looks very nice.
Yeah, we can build boats with this.
Yes, when it gets bigger, honey.
Yeah.
Now what we can do, is real simple. When this gets long enough, we can cut it and root it, and then we'll get new teak trees. So
Yes.
that's right. Done properly, we should be able to get 2 more trees off of this one growth.
But you see one more tree. Look at that one over there, right there.
Yes, that's a big, nice, healthy tree, isn't it?
Yes, it's
Yes.
a healthy tree.
That's right. So if we do this right, we can get 2 new teak trees
Yes.
off of this one, and then we'll still have the main stem here take over. So we're going to let this grow until it's time to cut. When forestry is here Friday, they're bringing the dendrologist. I want to talk to him about what exactly we need to do to make sure we get this to grow, because it's really important. We need teak desperately. We've got this freshly planted ebony here, and we got a moringa there, a moringa here. More moringas coming up. Take a look at this pretty girl.
It's lemongrass. You get so
It is. That's right. That's lemongrass.
And we get to space shirt.
Yes. Here, why don't we smell that?
It tastes nice.
Smell. That smells good, doesn't it?
Yes, it smells good.
I love the smell of lemongrass. I really do. Now, we've planted a bunch of lemongrass. There's lemongrass here. There's one there. There's one there, and there's over here we've got one, and there's another one over there. We planted, I don't know, probably 2 dozen lemongrass, and the plan is for the lemongrass to take over. We want the lemongrass to outcompete all this other cowgrass and all this other crap. So we will be coming through here tomorrow, since he said he finished cutting all that stuff down over there. We're gonna come through here tomorrow, cut everything but the lemongrass and the trees, and let the lemongrass start to take over.
You like the smell of the lemongrass?
Yes.
It tastes nice. It almost looks like it almost just goes lemongrass or something on it.
Yes. This is a Spanish elm tree.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. That's
These elm trees are nice. They have this weird, if you take a look at this, it's got all of these offshoots.
Oh.
And what I have to do is prune them down to one. So I give it a few weeks to try and see which one's going to give me the strongest piece. Then I cut the rest off. Yeah, there's a hole. That's okay. This is the last corner where all that super tall grass was. He knocked it all down. This silky oak, it was buried in this grass.
Yes.
More of a reason we should have had more silky oaks last year. I tell you, if we had more of these, this whole place would be in better shape. Now, it's been quite some time since we did anything over here in the food forest, but this section of food forest is still growing. It's a little bit out of control over here. We got a few ugly spots, but we just found a sweet potato in here, and look at these sweet potatoes. The bugs have kind of made a little mess of them, but we've got clumps of sweet potatoes like this all over the place, and I found sweet potatoes. I found a sweet potato in the ground right next to one. It was actually up on the surface enough that there was an animal that had chewed into it a little bit. But we've got little clumps of sweet potatoes all over the place here, and I'm really hoping that we harvest some sweet potatoes here. And here we got this mulberry, looks really nice. I've got a couple mulberry cuttings at home that are starting to grow. Got some gunga pea and some more gunga pea. We will be coming back here to the food forest as soon as we're done with the timber. Got to do the timber maintenance. Look at this guava. This guava is beautiful, reasonably new, and look at how good this guava looks. We still have a lot to do over here. Right now, just letting it grow is not a bad thing. We are getting the rain, so it's about time to start doing the cut and drop. Unfortunately, we're going to let these gunga peas get big enough, so we're going to wait till we harvest them to cut and drop them. We need to get over here and get some stuff happening, but that's going to be a little while. We got to finish the timber. Never a shortage of things to do. This food forest needs to be... We need to get some maintenance done over here, but I don't see that happening for at least a couple weeks. We're not going to get into this food forest until the timber's done. However, as soon as the timber's done, we're coming right back over here. I've got sweet potatoes at the house, and there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. These banana circles over here look fantastic. They look so good. In fact, let's take a minute and look at these and before we go. Those of you that have been with us for a while will remember we had a real problem here with goats feasting on our bananas. These are the bananas that the goats just chowed down on and left with nothing but just little sticks coming out of the ground. But look at how good they've done now. this poor orange tree is just, I don't even know what to do about this poor thing. Now I'm taking a walk through here to take a look how these bananas are doing and take a look at what I find. That's a pumpkin, all right.
Yeah.
Look at the pumpkin. It's a nice looking little pumpkin, isn't it? It's not why we planted them, but hey, that's not a bad looking pumpkin. So here's our banana circle. This is our last one planted, I think. But they all look good. They've recovered well from the goat destruction, and they seem to be doing well. They're doing real well. Let me rephrase. They're doing awesome. As you can see, we've got a lot of work to do. But we're going to just keep at it one step at a time. Right now, we're going to finish up with the timber and get those timber in the ground. After we get the timber in, we're going to come over here and get this place cleaned up. We're going to replace anything that's dead, put a few more trees in perhaps, and I've got somebody looking for some honey bananas for me. If we can get some honey bananas, I'm going to plant a whole bunch of them in here as well. All right, guys, that's it for today. We're packing up. I got to take Pretty Girl home, drop the guy off, and man, it's nice to see things happening. We're almost done with the grasses. Tomorrow they're going to finish off knocking all the grasses down. Then we're going to start coppicing. It's time to cut and drop all of these moringa trees. And we're going to harvest all these pods, see how many seeds we can get planted. Someone is tired. She got up to go to school for her first day. And man, she's tired. Good night, everyone.